be a pretty solid season. So it wasn't surprising as close as it was. And he was super awkward, or what looked to be super awkward and inefficient coming out of his route. And at the very, very end of play, he was able to kind of turn back around in this awkward, what looked to be like almost S-shaped movement, intercept the ball and knock it into. So when you look at it, it's like, wow, he was extremely inefficient with the way in which he moved, but he solved the problem. So was it correct? Well, it wasn't that situation. But it might not be the next time, which is why, in my opinion, that's why it's so much about information coupling, because the information that was available to him at that particular time, something he connected to that allowed him to understand that he needed to be back to make that play. But it's not something he would necessarily do again, so that's why I leave it as frame of that.
What I would add there, and I've talked about this before, I think it was a podcast with Mike and Concordia and I, in regards to efficiency for me and movement solutions. Again, we can look at all those degrees of freedom, not just biomechanical or motor system degrees of freedom, and the efficiency of the motor system. I look at it more integrated than that, more perceptually than that, more cognitively than that. Are there wasted thoughts and ideas, or wasted perceptual nuances in processes that are occurring? Are our eyes going in the wrong places at the wrong times? Those things can be inefficient as well, that all of a sudden show themselves into movement inefficiency. You know, so it isn't this efficiency from a biomechanical standpoint, even though that's what we typically talk about when we have a movement skill conference. But for me, the movement skills composed of perceptions and cognitions and actions all being coupled together. So efficiency, I think we should open up that Pandora's box a little bit of the discussion that we have about. Yeah, Preston.
Your personal opinion, how do you think guys out here say and Dante all genuinely been in close environments their whole life? How do they get to that level of such ecological awareness?
I think you can take those guys, and Barry wasn't in a closed environment. He might have trained in a closed environment, right, technically, but every single Sunday ended up being a training session for him then, right? Especially when you had the offensive line that he had. And this was a conversation that I had in one of the interactive group discussions, which was brought up by one of the guys, sort of playing devil's advocate, because I talked about Saquon Barkley, right? It's sort of in the similar mold, and thinking, you know, we have to look at the alternative. Most other players aren't training in a representative environment either, number one, right? Number two, when we look at the adaptability, and Bob can attest to anybody else up here, certainly Cam, Tyler, anybody who's worked with an NFL player at any given moment in time, like they are the world's best compensators, point, period, blank, right? And the best of those best compensators are going to find ways to compensate better than the rest. And so, for me, he basically did train in representative tasks. Because the complexity of the problem for him was always layered like that. Because his shared affordances were nil because of his talent that was around him. And so he figured out ways to adapt, having studied literally every play from multiple angles of his entire career, which put together into my movement breakdown problem. If you watch him at Oklahoma State, it wasn't the Barry that we saw when we watch NFL films. It wasn't that Barry. He had 7 yards daily, right? He had huge gaping holes, and you didn't see those crazy type moves, those highlight type reels. Like you saw the 8-9 yards a clip, because he always had 8-9 yards to run. But that skill, even if you watch him in his rookie year, he was successful. But those problems didn't emerge the same way. And all of a sudden, he had to figure out new ways, degenerate ways. And when I say degenerate, those of you who weren't in on the confusing terms, I just mean abundant. Numerous ways to solve a similar behaving problem. He had to develop that. And that happened to me, from my perspective, directly. He was in that exposure. He experienced that. And so that's my argument, because now people will hear my answer, and I made this mention in there. People say, well, why don't you just play the sport? Barry Sanders did it. Saquon Barkley did it, right? But number one, that's a really short-sighted question to ask, because you're not taking into account how the other guys are training. They're not training in representative tasks either, for the most part. They're training in a similar system, number one. Number two, could we have accelerated each one of those players' skill acquisition processes if we would have actually looked at it through the right contextual lens, designed learning environments that constrained to afford for that respective gap, and maybe filled in that gap quicker for Barry? That would be my perspective, at least from the Barry.
We're going to have a really unique situation coming up, and nowhere near where Barry ended up being. But I played in Allen High School, Allen, Texas. It was good. We were good then, but we weren't what Allen is now, which looks like a college. Kyler Murray, who obviously just went #1, who played it out, won his first state championship as a 15-year-old. He didn't have people touch him, even in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, until they were even, like, they were 2 or 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. Like, there was nobody even, they were beating people by like 60. This is at 6A Texas high school football. They'd beat any team in the state of Minnesota by like 300 points. And I mean that seriously, maybe for about 200. And he was like not getting touched. And then he went to Oklahoma, or in Texas A&M first. He went to Oklahoma, and then you start to see more competitive nature. I'm curious to see how he now is going to play on NFL Sunday, because he's had this different type of level of play. But he did what he did at Oklahoma. I did not expect that after seeing what I saw of Allen, even though he's an incredible movie. So I'm curious to see what he ends up being. I don't know where he's going to end up training, but that can also be accelerated by what Sheffield.
So to speak to that, to play devil's advocate at the time, at the same time, like think about quarterbacks. So take what he said about Barry thriving because of the things that were in his environment, the information processing, all the problem solving. What's traditionally happened in quarterbacks that had those same types of challenges? Which direction should you go? So that's why you can't just play the game. Because just playing the game doesn't work. It works for Barry and running backs in a lot of scenarios. It can work if they can stay healthy. But if you look at quarterbacks over other periods of time, or really any other position, not running back, Barry would be especially regardless position. They don't go that direction. They get worse because it's overwhelming. So that's why I'm such an advocate of building competency and dexterity and I wouldn't say controlled environments, but self-expression through different movements, and then blending those things with these different dynamical systems that they're talking about. All the terminology they like to use, but what you're really talking about is advanced problem solving opportunities. When you start doing those things, that's why there's value in those things aside from playing the game. And you look at quarterbacks specifically, like what Tyler brought up, the difference for Kyler wasn't who he was, it was coaching. So what does Lincoln Riley do with quarterbacks compared to what happened at A&M? There's your difference. That's the same dude. Why is it going to work? It might not work right now, but I know Cliff really well. Cliff wanted Kyler since he was 15 years old. It's going to work because Cliff knows how to coach. That's what this is all about. It's all about coaching. He's going to find a way to put him in a successful situation. He's going to put him in situations in practice to hone those skills and abilities to solve problems. And when you look at quarterbacks and they can show you why this matters more than just playing the game. Because the good coaches are doing this on their level in the version that they see. And the ones that don't develop players, they're just playing their best, but just playing them. Chinese gymnastics mentality. They're not developing talent, they're just playing who's best right now. You see it in baseball. Sorry.
This is a efficiency question. So, efficiency, the way we've studied it in our lab, has looked at several different things. So, efficiency is less self-referential. So, in a sense, right now at rest, we're not engaging in sort of action. In the brain, we have the default mode number is currently active. Default mode number is known to be a self-referential process thing. The idea is that when we start acting, doing something, we switch to the default mode, right to the sort of functional activity. That's why experts are so good at using switching. The time between switching is less compared to novice. Now, the question becomes, how do we do this? Studies that we've done in our lab have shown that things like external focus and attention, for example, will decrease EMG activity but increase force production. How does that happen? It's efficiency. So that's an example. And then, as a coach, how do you sort of implement all this? Well, you provide aspects of the practice of efficiency. Not only focus where you think in terms of external, because we're not really getting to ourselves or our body, but you're giving these athletes chances to ask for feedback when they want. You're telling these athletes that they're doing well But yeah, it is a biomechanical. It also is conditions of practice that you can easily implement without any sort of equipment, which very well be sort of efficiency slash less self-help. Again, it's just what we see, and again, it's lab setting here and there, so it is debatable, but when people take that and take all that into practice, you see it sort of increase not only performance, accuracy, fun, but yeah, there's a lot of efficiency, especially in work learning, which I'm very percent.
Yes, sir.
If you kind of look forward to a year from now, as everybody gets back together, is there something you'd like to see filled in, either a knowledge gap in the community or just something in your practice you think would make the biggest difference in your ability to coach?
Can I turn that question back around on you? Or anyone else? Is there anything that you guys have that are gaps that need to be filled, that you want to hear addressed or discussed in deeper detail?
I mean, for me personally, I would say that, I kind of, studied Spanish language in college, started in special ed, and I feel like I have a huge kind of biomechanics, kinematics gap compared to a lot of people here who can kind of assess movement much better from that perspective. So for me, I'd say that's probably what I plan to work on. But then also,
So to discuss kinematics, biomechanics, is that kind of what you're...
yeah, just understanding that angle better. But also if there's things, the experiences or mistakes you've made that led to you improving that maybe you wouldn't have thought at the time would lead to you improving that much. Hearing those is kind of interesting as well.
Okay. Does anyone mistakes that led to learning, essentially?
Our mistakes that we made.
Mistakes that led to learning,
Yeah, so,
where we'd like to see yourself.
things you think you don't do as well that you'd like to improve, or mistakes or experiences you had that really led to a big step forward.
Okay.
I had just patients that were tough. Like when I had rehabs where it was like what I typically did, and I was running into a roadblock. And I think the easy thing to do is, I think anything with coaching this way, you get the athlete you can't connect with, or you get the problem you can't solve through a rehab. I think the natural default thing is to say that there's a problem with them or whatever. And then this goes back to last year actually, with John, I kind of mentioned it. I had an athlete that was I came last year at this talk, I had an athlete that was very difficult to rehab. Great person, difficult to rehab. And I used some of the stuff from his warm-up. Actually, I go back and work with his athlete for weeks and talks, came back and used some of his stuff that was just like a freaking game changer. But that any time I've had an athlete where you can't connect with, typical things don't work, it's very easy just to say that they're the problem. It's just maybe the approach you're taking isn't the right one. Being open-minded that there are other ways to do things. And the way, I think the story was the same for a lot of us, you used to think like, oh, I know all the answers to everything, or that I can outsmart the human body. That's a good one too in PT. And then you realize like, no, I'm just kind of a player in this whole thing, and I got to figure out different ways to get at different things. So for me, the easiest ones are when I have a problem I can't solve, then I need to take a different approach, and that's telling me where my holes are, or a lot of the holes are. So.
I love that. I know easily reminded us. Mine, this wasn't just this past off season, but if I can answer the question with like not too long ago, was me always setting everything up. And then it actually happened where two of my guys in a session were like, do you mind if they had stopped me, and I was like, no, that's not me to do that. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, what if I just start letting them have more ownership of what we're doing? And we've discussed this actually on the podcast before. And then all of a sudden I got more creative because I'm like, oh wow, that matters more to you because that's what you're experiencing in the game. And even though I played football, so I have knowledge of it, not just knowledge about it, I gained so much more. And so I still allow for that. And certainly during some parts of the year more than others. But it allowed me to become even more creative myself because the stuff that I was kind of forcing towards them 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't working, and it was like, to your point of what are they not learning? It was, what am I not doing? That was mine.
Well, I certainly want to, because mine's a bigger elephant in the room bigger elephant about 6, 7, 8 hours ago, when it was literally in the room. So my one thing that Everson wouldn't mind if I was talking about this, my aha moment over the last year, even though I've certainly made plenty of a laundry list of mistakes, it's something else that Tyler, Corey, Mike, and I actually addressed in the podcast about 2 months ago or so, where we talked about the changes that we'd like to make, so we can certainly send that to you as well. But my biggest one came not so much on the field, but things that were happening for my athlete off the field that became very public, very high profile, obviously blew up really quickly, and affected not only our craft, obviously an athlete of mine for